Ready, Rube?
I'm ready.
And we're going to go live. 1, 2, 3, live.
1, 2, 3, live.
All right, Ruben. We are live. Live. Oh, we're hearing ourselves in the background. Stand by. 1, 2, 3, live.
1, 2, 3, live.
There you go. All right.
I'm always live.
Good. Yeah, Ruben, it's good to be alive. It's good to be live. And welcome to Going the Distance, the Rocky Series podcast. I am Ryan, and with me is my brother, Ruben.
I am Ruben, and with me is my brother, Ryan.
I'm really excited, Ruben, to talk more about Rocky V. How do you feel the Rocky V discussion's going so far?
Love it.
Okay.
How do you feel? I feel fulfilled.
Wow.
I'm excited for this. This is when things get back to basics.
Yeah, so right now, Rocky, at this very moment, he's just said goodnight to his son. Have a good sleep. We'll see you in the morning. We'll play in the morning.
Sure, yeah,
We'll play tomorrow. Rocky Raccoon is about to go to bed and spend some time with his wife. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see how things go in the Balboa home here.
Things couldn't be better.
They couldn't be better. Life is good right now.
Yeah. What else could go wrong?
Maybe you can show me your English teacher.
She's pretty hot, too.
Oh, yeah.
Nah. Good night, kid.
Let's see.
You deserve the worst for what you did. It wasn't your money. It was Rocky's money.
Now, I want to stop that because right away, Adrian says something here that's really kind of out of character. You don't catch it unless you have the subtitles on. Did you catch that?
Let's hear it again. You deserve the worst for what you did. Ooh, vindictive.
Yes.
Wow.
And I wonder how many people caught this watching Rocky V without subtitles. That's the part we hear Adrian talking to Paulie off screen. They're having an argument that Rocky's about to walk into.
And she's probably dealt with a lot of crap with Paulie.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind, how long has it been now? Well, in the movie years, it's been 15 years since the original. In Adrian's life, it's been
a lifetime.
It's been a lifetime of Paulie just being a jerk and screwing things over with the family. So at this moment, Adrian has just found out that they have no money.
They have no money.
Can you imagine, Ruben?
I can't imagine having no money.
You could.
Let me look at my wallet.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But you know what? No, but I mean, even
Sure.
you have. Did you pay for the bills today? This week?
Yeah.
I mean, these people obviously are living a lifestyle that you and I will never have. We get that.
Thanks for believing me.
Sure. I'm hedging my bets that you'll never have this lifestyle.
Sure. It's pretty extravagant.
So Adrian's upset. We know as an audience what's happening. But if you're a first-time viewer, you're saying, whoa, what has happened here?
You deserve the worst for what you did. It wasn't your money. It was Rocky's money.
You want to be
You
hysterical?
cost us everything.
Huh? That's what I need. It was a mistake. You think I thought this all was going to happen?
Don't you walk away from me. You just gave up our lives.
Talia Shire's acting in this movie is really strong.
She's a very strong actor.
But you know, in parts 3 and 4, she was kind of in the background a little bit. In part 3, she really only had that one scene where she was telling Rocky on the beach, we have cars, we have money, but we don't
Sure.
have the truth.
Yeah.
And in part 4, it was like, haven't you read the papers? Don't you know what they're saying? You can't win. She didn't really have a lot of moments, but already in this film, she already has moments, and there's more coming throughout the film. So Talia Shire is a real strong point in this film.
I always wish that there was like parallel universe movies being made of the supporting actors.
Yeah, you've talked about this.
I'd love to see the Adrian movies.
You haven't talked about the Adrian film. You talked about the Paulie film.
Oh, Paulie would be just a train wreck.
Can you imagine the Paulie
Rated
franchise?
NC-17.
Sure, it'd have to be edited for a wider audience, but
Yeah, no, I'd be interested to know what she's going through. Does she have any friends?
that's a great question. We don't really see any of Adrian's friends or her life outside of...
No. She's a very one-dimensional character. She's a supporting wife, little mousy person who got some money and a little self-confidence, but no friends.
Yeah, we see nobody coming over.
Nothing.
Nobody's at the house. Yeah.
You know how much in a movie can you show, right?
Yeah, it's true. But even we saw Paulie at the bars. At least we saw him like he would do something outside the house, so to speak. We never really saw Adrian outside the house.
Well, maybe she doesn't have a life outside of that.
Other than the pet shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what did Mike say? He said, wonder if Rocky was drunk when he gave power to... It's a good question, Mike.
Well, I assume Rocky and Adrian gave that power to Paulie together. She did say it was Rocky's money, so maybe she's got some money put away from the pet shop still.
Yeah. Do you remember the show Phil Donahue?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Or when Sly was promoting Rocky 5, he wondered about what would happen if he lost everything.
Oh, wow.
And that's why he put this into Rocky 5. Every Rocky movie kind of follows Sly's life.
Right.
That's the part of his life where he's like, this is what I'm known for. This is what I'm doing. What if it all went away?
Okay. Well, we're going to experience this very quickly here.
It's like he wrote like an autobiography with fan fiction.
Right.
You know,
it's interesting because
of himself.
He's never lost all of his money. Sylvester Stallone has never lost it, so he's kind of in a weird way, not fantasizing, but
he's never lost his fortune. He's been broke.
No, but I mean, since he's gained it.
Yeah, since he gained it, yeah.
So this is his kind of fantasy piece, and what would it be like to go back to basics? To take it back. Do.
Yeah.
And you think it's like some stupid thing? Paulie, do you know what you did? Do you know the seriousness of what
I understand
you did?
it.
Do you? Then
I
answer
understand
me.
the whole freaking thing, huh? I understand it. You're accounting the crook, not me. I did what I thought was right.
We're still going to hear more. There's a scene coming up later that explains what's going on here, because it is kind of confusing. So he got power of attorney, but he handed over to a shady individual.
Paulie?
Yeah. It's probably some guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was probably at the bar,
Sure.
right, saying, oh, wait, they left for Russia.
Sure.
But Paulie went with them to Russia.
It happened beforehand, I think.
Sorry, Rocky and Adrian must have given power of attorney, like a carte blanche to Paulie at some point. So I guess I'm kind of confused. Well, let's wait till we have the scene explained before we get too deep into it. Because
I think this is where you don't let the facts ruin a good story.
I understand, but I still want to make sense of this. Right now, what we do know is that he gave what he had to somebody else that was the Balboa estate.
Uh-huh.
And that person did something shady with the money. So our favorite drop-in dude,
Carmine,
Father Carmine,
yes.
he says, my usual drop-in hello. Just curious with you guys analyzing this movie really in depth. Do you have bigger appreciation for it?
Kudos to whoever writes a movie.
Yeah, I can't write a movie.
Like, well, prior to this podcast, us recording right now,
Right.
we brought up that you used to write short stories as a kid.
Okay. I used to do fiction writing, short stories writing.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you should do that again.
Right.
But, like, it takes a lot.
It's a lot of effort to sit down and put pen to paper and
So
write.
here's a movie that was done in, 90, right? 1990?
1990 was made.
And here we are 28 years later, picking it apart.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the pressure that one might feel in writing a movie of this magnitude? So yeah, I do appreciate it, Father Carmine.
Yeah, Father Carmine, that's a great question. I hope you've stuck around for our answer. I know you have to get back to work. There's going to be parts in this film that we're going to kind of chuckle at or laugh at, but so far in our piece-by-piece breakdown of this, we haven't destroyed it. It's not a bad movie. I don't know what the problem is, but I know there are people that like this movie. We're hoping our listeners might get another appreciation for this film as time goes on.
He does bring up a good point that this has more of a Rocky feel than Rocky 4.
Of course. And this is what I've talked about before, Rube, is that Rocky 5, though many people, I think people need to rewatch it. It has aged better than 3 and 4. Now, I'm not saying 3 and 4 are fun, and they're a lot of fun to watch. I just watched parts 3 and 4 recently with my nephew last weekend. They're a lot of fun, but there's no real depth to those movies. It's not really deep movies. Already, we've seen more drama and more family dynamics in the first 15 minutes of this film than we saw in parts 3 and 4 put together.
I guess it depends what you want. Rocky 4 is kind of more of a pop song,
Yeah, it's a pop song.
where this is more in depth. So Mike says the head of a state gave papers to Paulie. Paulie had Rocky and Adrian sign the papers, power of attorney, to give the estate money to the one running Rocky's finances.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. The head of a state gave papers to Paulie. And then Paulie had Rocky and Adrian sign the papers, the power of attorney, to give the estate money to the one running. Anyway, so, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
I think Fuentes sums it up the best. Paulie's a prick.
Yeah. He is selfish. He's kind of dumb. He's made some poor decisions.
He's got a good heart. I think they understand.
Yeah.
We all know somebody who's, I don't know, a bit of a prickly person to like. But once you kind of know them, you get where they're coming from.
Right. It's family, and Rodney said it best. Paulie destroyed the Balboas. Financially.
Yeah.
Fine. So here we go. Let's keep going. Rocky's about to hear the fight. And speaking of Rocky, this is a Rocky statue right here in their house.
Yeah.
And there's Rocky in the background here. But look, that's Rocky right there.
Amazing.
Would you have a statue of yourself?
Who says I don't?
That's true.
I got a bobblehead.
I said, don't blame me for nothing. I want to murder the phone worse than anybody.
Adrian, what's wrong?
Look what you done now.
I love how Paulie
blames.
You got your husband involved in the fact that no money, all of our money's gone. Look what you've done now. Like, he's not going to find out that the money's gone in the manner in which it was taken. Now, I understand Paulie's right. So he's actually right saying that he didn't lose the money and that he gave it to somebody who lost it. I understand that. But he could have easily given it to somebody that didn't lose the money and they wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it wasn't him giving the money. He just gave it to the wrong person.
If you had a few $1 million that are going to be invested, would you put Paulie?
I would give Paulie the keys to my car.
So it's equally their fault.
Yeah, it's a family affair. Yeah. It's all their fault.
She's dumping everything on me.
Come on, Paulie, don't turn this around on me.
Oh, come on, what'd you do, Paulie?
He gave power of attorney to our accountant.
Okay? I just didn't give anything to nobody, huh? He sent a letter. He says, we're going to be in Russia for a couple of months, he says, and I need Rocky to sign a tax extension.
That extension, that was a power of attorney, Paulie.
Okay, there you go.
So he got bamboozled.
He got bamboozled. So he gets a piece of mail saying, hey, you guys are going to be out. Okay, I see. You guys are going to be in Russia for a little bit. So Paulie's really inserted himself into the family where he's getting the Balboa mail, essentially.
Sure, yeah.
So, like, Rocky's busy with doing championship fights. So Paulie's been employed by the family. He's in charge of handling the mail. He gets this letter saying, hey, it sounds legit. You guys are going to be gone. Tax time's coming. So you need to sign off this extension so you don't get screwed over for taxes. But the guy truly was a crook, but it was a power of attorney for him. He didn't read what it was and just signed it and sent it back.
Which we all do.
How many times have you signed something without reading?
You know, plenty. This is a common story where rags to riches, people come into lots of money, and they lose it, like a lottery winner.
Yeah, lottery winners. That's really interesting how lottery winners lose all their money.
You read about the lottery winner? She stole a credit card, bought a lotto ticket with it, and won.
That's awesome. It's amazing luck.
Well, yeah, she went to jail.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
You can't benefit from crime, I heard.
No, yeah, apparently not.
If you get caught.
Yeah.
If you can benefit from crime if you don't get caught.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
He's the thief. I need alcohol.
Well, that solves that issue. He'll be fine tonight.
That Homer Simpson line? Alcohol. The cause and solution to all life's problems.
Yeah, that's good. Look at Rocky. He's ready to punch.
Oh, yeah.
Rock, on my eyes, I never stole a freaking dime.
It's true.
What's happening?
He didn't steal anything.
Huh?
Gone.
What's gone?
The money, everything, it's all gone.
So that's a really powerful moment right there. The money, it's all gone.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. All right, so we got the lawyer talking now. I believe the individual that plays this lawyer, I've Googled him, and he's on Twitter. He's a real lawyer in Philadelphia.
Oh, hilarious.
He's acting, and you can kind of see he's not really an actor, but he's playing a lawyer. So when it comes to lawyer speak, he does pretty good. He's acting like his lawyer speak here, but
hilarious.
Yeah, but he's a real lawyer, and I believe he actually represents people on this film. I'm not sure Sly himself, but he's a real lawyer, and they figure, well, if we're gonna have somebody give a lawyer talk,
Yeah.
let's just get a lawyer.
It's easy writing on Sly's part.
Sure.
Piece of paper Paulie had you sign wasn't a request for an extension on your tax returns. It was a blanket power of attorney in favor of the account.
Oh, so it turned power of attorney over to the accountant.
Wow.
So he drafted this letter saying, I'll handle all the Balboa's finances. Do you agree? Sign here. And Paulie's like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, why would Paulie know?
So Paulie had the power to sign power of attorney over to an accountant for their finances?
It's crazy.
Accountant who was involved in some very high-priced commercial real estate. He thought he could flip it quick, take his profit, have your money back before you knew it was gone. And unfortunately for you and everybody in this room, his deals fell through because the market dried up.
So in theory, it wasn't illegal. It was dishonest. It was shady. But he could have made money, given the money back, and the Balboas would have been none the wiser. And he would have made this high-priced deal, and he would have been running off rich somewhere. And
Is this the first time we see Rocky wearing glasses?
nope. Great question, Ruben. Great piece of trivia. I could leave it for our listeners to say when he wore glasses.
When else would he wear glasses?
In Rocky 1, he put glasses on in Goslo's car and says, how do you spell Del Rio?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now, did he wear it between Rocky 1 and Rocky?
I
I don't think so.
I
I don't think so.
And you lost millions.
So what are you saying? There ain't nothing I can do
Oh,
about
I'm
it?
doing plenty. I've filed 8 criminal acts against him, but you've got tremendous debt payment on this property, Rock.
I guess when it comes to money, and Rocky, I guess, did this too, is, when you have a lot of money, you still have a lot of debt. Maybe he shouldn't have bought such a big house.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Did he have to have a $40 million home?
All that stuff wasn't paid for.
Right. I always wondered about that. If I ever got that kind of rich, I might just buy off a nice house that accommodated my family, but have it paid off. Done.
Just have it paid off. What more do you need?
I don't know.
You just need a recliner,
a TV. Ruben and I are right now very snugly on his recliner.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not rich.
By the way, it's a couch.
Sorry.
It's not just a single.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of. We're the chaise lounge.
Yeah.
He didn't pay your tax returns in 6 years.
Okay, so right here, Rocky wasn't good with Rocky himself hasn't paid his taxes in 6 years.
How did Mike Tyson lose his money?
Pigeons, buying too many pigeons. Mike Tyson has pigeons.
Well, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. Has he lost his money?
Oh yeah.
It was Don King.
Hundreds of
Don
millions.
King, I believe.
Yeah.
You can Google that.
Yeah.
And the mortgage on your house hasn't been paid.
So the mortgage on their house hasn't been paid in months as well, Rube.
Crazy.
Now I wonder if that was while they're in Russia. Yeah. It didn't get paid while they're in Russia.
8 months.
Wait, we didn't have a mortgage. Our house was fully paid for.
Don't take it from me. Ask him.
Apparently not. There's nearly $400,000 still outstanding.
So they had $400,000 remaining on the house, which could almost buy you a house here in Victoria. So their mortgage would have been probably $1,300 to $1,500 a month at this time. So that's what they weren't paying. They could have easily just paid that off had they known that was what was remaining.
It's funny that he doesn't have any endorsement deals other than Rocky 2.
Yeah, and in Rocky 3 he did as well. Remember the montage at the beginning of American Express and all those car dealerships and stuff. Yeah. So here's Paulie here for the meeting. How does he feel right now?
Why is he even there?
The only thing you have that's not encumbered is a gymnasium that was willed to your son by a Mickey Goldmill in 1982.
So I always forget that little piece that Mickey gave the gym to Rocky Jr.
Oh, interesting.
A little nest egg for Rocky Jr. Maybe Mickey knew.
That's thoughtful.
Maybe Mickey knew Rocky was going to screw it up.
Well, probably. Look who he married and had the family.
Oh, man. Trisha Morrison just piped in. She did say that Mike Tyson lost his money to Don King, is what her.
Yeah.
So did Mike.
I believe.
Don King.
What a sleaze, eh?
Yeah.
As a kid,
didn't he curb somebody? Oh, do you want to look at that up? I think he curb stomped somebody. I'm not even joking, or something like that.
You can sell some things. Remember those commercials?
Wow. Oh, he's a murderer.
Yeah, he's a manslaughter.
Don King stomped a man to death 50 years ago on Cedar Ave in Cleveland City.
Isn't that crazy, folks? Remember, Don King was a murderer.
No, he not was.
Oh, yeah, he still is. Yeah. And a thief. He's a good guy.
Oh,
in 1982.
You can sell some things. Remember those commercials?
That's right, Paulie.
That's right, Paulie.
We're the same wavelength.
Look at Paulie try to throw some...
He's like, I did good, right? He's like a little puppy dog that like, I got the stick.
So he's trying to remember those commercials you did. It's true. That would be an easy payout here and there.
Yeah.
And then of course Rocky says, Paulie, I ain't no commercial kind of guy.
Boy, I ain't no commercial kind of guy. I'm a fighter. It's what I do for a living.
So he's already talking about fighting. Rube.
Yeah,
Nah, it's just as well. We couldn't get any sponsors. With the investigation of the accountant, out pops a criminal record of Rocky's for assault in connection with loan shark.
This is awesome. I love how everything's coming full circle. My understanding is when you go to court with stuff, you're fair game too.
Sure, yeah.
When he did do the loan shark with Gazzo, we saw him kind of near the end of his time with Gazzo, but we're led to believe with this that he was criminally charged with some of his thumb-breaking activities that he did do.
It's another bump in the streets.
He really did crack some bones and get charged for assault.
Wow. He's no Don King, but...
Well, remember what he said in Rocky 2 when he was doing the job interviews? He didn't do anything worth bragging about.
Yeah.
But she was a long time ago. He didn't know
Why not a couple of more fights? With your popularity right now, you could be out of this thing in no time.
Oh, he's retiring.
Rocco, fighting's the ticket.
I love Paulie's expression here and Burt Young's acting here. He goes full gangster here. I don't know. This comes out of nowhere. 2 scenes ago, he was like a little puppy dog saying, you should do commercials, Rocky. Commercials are the thing. And then the lawyer brings up fighting, and Paulie's acting here is great, or Burt Young as Paulie. I love it. Fight, stick it. And he's right, though.
Sure.
They're both right.
But she was a long time ago. You didn't know
Why not a couple of more fights? With your popularity right now, you could be out of this thing in no time.
Oh, he's retiring.
Rocco, fighting's the ticket.
I said he's retired.
Oh.
Actually, Adrian, you said he's retiring. And now you said he's retired.
That's right. Poor Adrian. She is just having a heck of a time here. Her husband, she's lost all her money. Her brother just keeps chirping in the background. The same guy that, and he's not listening to her. And because you have to understand, Adrian at this point is all she is thinking about is her husband's health.
Should we all be so lucky?
Yeah. Andrew just joined the chat. Hey, Andrew, he was the co-host on our last 2 episodes where we discussed Rocky V. Andrew says he's sad that he's not here right now. We're sad too. For the record, he was invited but was unable to come, for those that are wondering where Andrew might be or if anyone cares. But yeah, Andrew, we hope you come to the next one.
Paulie, we're here because of you.
I'm not taking the heat for all this. I thought I was doing smart business.
You thought you did smart business?
Hey, you.
Me?
Because
What are you
it was
talking
your
about
choice.
me? My
You
choice.
should have known he was a thief, but you didn't wait because you live in this fairy tale world where the air don't move.
It's very interesting here. You live in this fairy tale world where the air don't move.
What does that mean?
I'm not too sure. Stallone wrote this. So Paulie's saying that you hired the crooked accountant, so it's your fault that you hired a bad accountant. Maybe some truth to that. Yeah. So everyone's shifting the blame because nobody wants to take full responsibility here. I understand that. But we talked about Adrian and her life outside the house. It kind of hints to this. Maybe Adrian is a little bit la land.
First of all, why wouldn't she be? We've seen Rocky, right? She was this little mousy thing working minimum wage in a pet store.
Right.
Just because Rocky won fights, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden she's...
They're both financial geniuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've made some poor... They've made big rich people choices with poor people brains.
Yeah.
I hate to say... I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
You could take... You could take the bum out of the neighborhood, but you can't take the neighborhood out of the bum.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did I get that right?
Oh, Paulie,
You're like a season that don't change.
Hey, you don't talk to her like this.
I'm not no tomato can you kick around.
Paulie, no.
Yeah.
You call Duke. You tell him I'll fight Kane. I don't care. Anywhere, anytime.
No.
That's what you
Rocky,
want. I'll
no.
get on it right away.
No.
Maybe I would act this way too, to be honest with you. But right now he's saying, let's just get this fight. It's an easy $1 or $2 million. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
And of course, Adrian's just having a panic attack. Paulie's a tomato can you can't kick around.
Yeah.
And I like that little moment there where Stallone was saying, "Yo, talk to her like that." He got really kind of gangster there too.
Sure.
The streets are coming out.
Anytime that he has money, he's got the glasses.
Yep.
Doesn't have money. It's gangster.
He's gone back gangster. He's gone back to Philly, man. I'm going back to Philly. Philly. I'm going back to Philly. Nah, I don't think so.
Rocky, please.
I know we can't go down like this. A couple of fights we're out of trouble, Adrian.
Yeah, but you said you
No, I didn't say anything. Look, did we come this far to lose it?
Well, you have to see a doctor.
Adrian, I don't need to see no doctor. I need to get a promoter,
you gotta
okay?
see a doctor. If he says it's all right, I'll support anything you want.
So that's interesting, right there. She says that, and maybe she knows the doctor is going to say no.
Sure.
But she did say, if the doctor clears you to fight, I'll support it. So she's not totally off board.
Yeah.
I gotta fight, okay? I got problems, I gotta fight.
Will you do it for me?
To see the doctor, I think she's saying. So she's saying see the doctor.
Look at that technology there.
I love this.
Wow. We got the transverse.
Sagittal,
Sagittal,
which is probably side view.
Sure.
Transverse is top view.
Oh, of course.
The frontal, of course. Over here, Ruben, you'll see that we have a game of Tetris going on.
For those that are listening for the podcast,
Yeah.
picture the black screen with the green 80s Tron 3D, like Max Headroom type of medical thing there.
Now, I'm just going to go back here just a little bit because, oops, here we go. I want to pause it on this.
Will you do it for me?
For you.
Does that look anything like Stallone's face? See, we're led to believe. This is what I love about this. This is an amazing piece of technology.
Sure.
We've got some bar graphs down here, Ruben. 20 to 100.
Wow.
Red. Where's the legend on this? What does red mean?
I don't know. It all depends what the blue means.
And we got red, and we got double red here, double blue here, 2 towers here. Oh, 9/11 conspiracy. This is an amazing piece of technology, but I love how this face is really. And why is it making a sound as it rotates? You hear that?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what the doctor has to say about this.
Because of the continuous violent blows to the head,
Stop.
he developed a condition particular to boxers called cavum septum folliculum.
Okay, Ruben, what do you got?
The part that says sagittal, I'm sure we're pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah.
It's actually the top of the skull.
Oh, sagittal is the top.
They have it on the wrong thing.
They did. They had it for the side view.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Put that on Wikipedia, on IMDb goofs.
There you go. So he's got cavum septum pollectium, which basically means your head's caved in. Like cavum septum. I love that. It's like Latin for, what is it? The cave of septum pollectium describes a split-like space in the septum pollectium. It's a laminated, thin, translucent vertical membrane in the midline of the brain, separating the anterior horns of the right and left ventricles. Ugh. Ugh. His head's been split open inside.
Wow. Drago.
Father Carmine just commented that he loves the acting here that comes up that Stallone gives regarding the knowledge of the brain damage. So let's watch that.
Which is a hole in the membrane separating the ventricles. The brain surface neurons in this area have also been traumatized.
Ruben, you can see right here where the brain surface neurons in this area have been traumatized.
Oh, yeah, clearly. Like, I don't even know why he's explaining it.
Oh, see, sagittal right here is just saying they're actually placing it on top. So it's at least on top there. I don't know.
Look at the bar graph there. It just says physical.
Yeah. Let's go back.
To the head, you've developed a condition particular to boxers called cavum septum folliculum, which is a hole in the membrane separating the ventricles. The brain surface neurons in this area have also been traumatized.
Excuse me, doctor. Simply stated, Mr. Balboa, it means that you've suffered some damage to the brain.
I love it. So, I love this part. So, okay, let me put this in terms you'll understand there, Rocky Balboa, because you're an idiot. You have brain damage. Simply put, you have brain damage. It means that you've suffered some damage to the brain. I think we all caught that. I think he was catching the drift here as he was listening to this.
Well, this movie is played around the world. It's got to translate also to other languages.
One of our faithful listeners, Mike, brought up a good point that Drago, as we know, broke things in him that haven't been fixed to this day. In 2018, this was said by Rocky Balboa. So both physically and mentally, I believe, Mike, he was referring to. But yeah. And I think the emotional damage that this physical damage caused Rocky. Absolutely.
How long until he recovers?
The effects are irreversible.
Oh, Rocky, you have to retire.
I don't want to retire, This ain't the time to retire. Not in here. Not in no office. No, I just fought the best fight of my life. I just did that, And all I need is a couple more.
No, Rocky, you suffered severe brain trauma.
Well, he could be wrong. Anybody could be wrong.
I don't think he is.
Well, he ain't God. Look, Agent, only God ain't wrong.
Hey, Rocky, this is what's good for you.
Well, needs a couple easy ones, right?
Not with the way it is. You can't get licensed in any state. He can't get licensed anyway, Doctor.
That is correct.
Rocky, do you love me?
I love you. Why you ask that?
Because if you love somebody, you live with them. You live for them. You don't gamble with a life.
It's really good. Boy, this is a really great scene, actually. This is what Carmine was talking about. Hey, Jerry, what's up? That's a great... she's not trapping Rocky, but I like how she pulls him out. Because right now he's just...
Sure. He's in the moment. He's got to get out of it.
Right. That's a great thing. If you love somebody, you don't gamble with a life. That's a great line. It's a great line.
It's a great line that I hope I never have to use.
Yes.
Rocky, I don't care about the money. It's you. That's all that matters. Please, we'll be okay.
Every man wants to hear that.
We'll be fine.
I love my wife, but I don't think I'll ever hear this passionate. I better have a job.
I had cancer. I never heard anything without passion.
Well, he has brain damage, Ruben. It's a little bit more serious than cancer.
I guess so.
Because this brain damage is irreversible. Your cancer.
Oh, reversible.
It got reversible.
Yes, it got reversible. I know that doctor from somewhere.
No one's got to know. I love how he says no one's got to know, but both these doctors look at each other like,
Yeah.
Did you already tell the lunch lady? Look at their faces here. They're like, who have you told that we're seeing Rocky Balboa right now? So I think we're going to stop this soon here after the scene. Maybe after the scene.
No one has to know, Doctor, right?
It'll be strictly confidential.
He's like, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, look at it. Yeah, that's a good one. It's strictly confidential. But it gets leaked to the press later somehow.
That's big news.
I love that little head nod that Rocky gives, or Stallone acting as Rocky gives there to Adrian. Kind of like the mafia nod of like, yeah, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to retire. We'll make it official. He gives like a little nod, and she knows. You can see almost the relief on Adrian's face that it's over.
Thank you.
Patrick Cronin. That's the heavier doctor. The one that
Okay.
did everything in layman's terms. I know they recognized him from somewhere.
What's he been in? A lot of movies?
Let's see some ones that
Oh, he's in Home Improvement for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Just Shoot Me.
Yeah. But he's in like 3 seasons of Home Improvement. He played Sparky.
Interesting. I just need to recognize myself.
There's the Rocky retires. Here's another article here. So Rocky's...
Let's read the article
Yeah,
for those that aren't.
So the headline is Rocky's bankrupt, sues former accountant. It's by Don Laish. He's from the Associated Press. Last Thursday, after having been petitioned by several hundred members protesting Equity's original decision, the union's council reversed its ruling on price. The union, in a statement, acknowledged that it had applied an honest and moral principle. Okay. I love it. I love how this article, they don't do this
nothing.
anymore. They make sure now.
Yeah, they have to.
But when this rolled across theaters in 1990, and
Nobody knows.
Nobody paused it. Maybe some nerd paused it on their VHS tape. But let's be honest. Very few people saw this
gibberish.
twice anyways, but
Yeah.
that's hilarious. It's got nothing to do with the... Oh, here's more. Balboa Estate Auction. Would they just sell the house like an open auction, like eBay? Or would they just... Couldn't they sell the house and get money from it still? Like the offset, like if they owed $400,000, right?
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not a real estate person. Maybe somebody could tell me.
Andrew,
If you're listening still. If I only owed, let's say, well, obviously, let's say this house was $10 million, okay? They had $400,000 remaining on it. If they sold it for $10 million, they get $10 million cash minus $400,000 what they owed.
yeah, realtor fee. Yeah.
So what's the problem here? Why did they make it seem like they can't sell the house?
I don't know.
Or actually, you know what? Maybe they did sell the house, but because they lost the millions in equity,
the debt,
the cash equity, so they broke even. Let's say, but
yeah. A little tidbit from Trisha Morrison, Tommy Gunn's widow.
Yeah,
the jacket he was wearing in the hospital there, Sly gave that to Tommy.
that's awesome. Wow,
Incredible.
that's really incredible.
Thank you, Trisha.
And I actually wanted to point out that jacket, how cool it was. Actually, I meant to do that. Okay, so we'll stop it here.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was a depressing episode.
Yeah.
Brain damage, lost money. The family's kind of torn apart a little bit.
Paulie's a little bit in the doghouse, but they didn't kick him out.
No, they still stick by him. So there you go. That's episode 108. Thanks for joining our live recording. This episode will be posted on our iTunes and podcast feed in a few weeks. But here you go. You get a sneak peek. If you want to watch and listen to us live, yay. If not, you'll be hearing this in your earbuds in a few weeks. Don't forget to leave us a review on iTunes. If you don't listen to iTunes, leave us a review on our Facebook page. Go in the Distance to Rocky Series podcast. There's a review section there. It shares it with all your friends and family. Join us on our YouTube page as well and leave us a review there or say hello there or whatever. Share us, like us. Because Ruben and I, we don't do Patreon or nothing. So we'll never ask for any money. But you know what? Just give us a little bit of love by leaving us a review because it lets more people know about us. And then we won't ask for your money. Is that a deal?
It's a deal.
Okay. All right.
Ding, ding.
Thank you.